Okay, I'm sorry for the wait, but Spider-Verse discourse. Let's do it. And there's so much, so I'm gonna have to make several videos. What I love about this is I feel like when it comes to Spider-Man, there's a tendency to glorify his trauma. I know you've heard it. So many fanboys will rag on some certain Spider-Man and be like, oh, he's not Spider-Man because he hasn't suffered enough. It reminds me when people say like, oh, I had to go through this trauma to become who I am. Did you though? And I personally hate that. Trauma is shit that like really shouldn't happen to people. We're all gonna go through trauma, but like some people have some really spicy situations that is like, yo, that should not have happened. It's unusually rough. I also think this movie and just the multiverse saga in general challenge us to think about how we think about time and like the power of choice and reality. Are things predestined to happen to you? Are there canon events that you have to go through? Or do you have some level of agency to be able to write your own story? Because some people go through trauma and they choose to grow from it. And then some people go through trauma, don't heal, and then become assholes. So maybe it's not the trauma that makes you you. Maybe it's your choice of what to do with the situation. Miguel is telling Miles, hey, the trauma is what makes us Spider-Man. Ben has to die. A police captain that's close to Spider-Man has to die. I feel like it's really impactful that he's telling this to Miles, an Afro-Latino mixed black kid, which is like, as a black boy, that's already a traumatic experience. Just being black, there's just so much that's out of our control about how we're treated and what quality of life we're gonna have. And listen, within black and Hispanic communities, we glorify trauma a lot. Suffering has become part of our identity to some level. Struggle is worn like a badge. So for Miles being who he is, to say, nah, no more. I already had an uncle die. You don't get to tell me that my suffering makes me who I am. I am who I am, and if I have the power to make things better, I will. That's what y'all need for your identity. Have fun. That ain't me. That is powerful. I don't think trauma makes us who we are, and I don't think it makes Spider-Man Spider-Man. I think the fact that he was bit by a spider, got powers, and then chose to do something good with it is good enough. I think we're all gonna go through trauma, but it doesn't make us who we are. You make yourself who you are. How you choose to move on from it and what lessons that you can take from it. The trauma itself is shit. If you choose to become some sort of hero after you've gone through some shit, you should be proud of yourself because you did that. And I understand Miguel's anxiety, but there's already proof that he's wrong. Gwen's dad did not become captain and nothing has happened to her universe. Miles is an anomaly, but his universe hasn't collapsed and it's been a while. Gwen talks about how in every other universe, Gwen falls for Spider-Man and it doesn't end well. Miles is like, well, there's a first time for everything. That school counselor is talking to his parents about Miles just kind of being all over the place. She says, you can't have your cake and eat it too. But then Miles walks in and he says, not if you bake 2 cakes. It's really funny because he gets 2 cakes later on. Beyond the Spider-Verse, I think we're going to learn what 2 cakes is in this situation. There's already proof that these canon events, some of them traumatic, don't exactly make him who he is.